A little disclaimer. This video is solely the property of Aishwarya Darba, a certified Zentangle teacher, acting with permission from Zentangle INC, and may not be copied, recorded, or redistributed without prior written consent of Aishwarya Darba CCT and Zentangle INC. All Zentangle related trademarks are the sole and exclusive property of Zentangle INC and may not be copied, recorded, reproduced, or otherwise used without the express prior written consent of Zentangle Inc. Copyrighted under 2021 CZT Ashwara Tarpa.
Thank you, Louise. So let us begin with the session. Hi, I'm Aishwarya Darba. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. I live in Pune, India, and these are HeartiZen series for you. So we are having 15 days HeartiZen series. If you're coming here for the first time, I just want to let you know that this is a Zentangle art. We'll be putting pen to the paper and relax ourselves. So this will be a class for the starters to the intermediate. You can go according to your pace. You don't have to hurry along with me. But of course, I'll be giving all the instructions as slow as possible. There will be a lot of repeated lines as well. If you are still unable to follow, you can watch the replay. So that would also help. And so just a quick note of what all is going on or what I have been doing. So after this session, you can join in with the Tangle and Inspire Club, and you can post your artwork there with hashtag HeartiZen. So that will I'll know that you are following the Zen series and feeling happy about it. And you can even follow my YouTube for Zentangle Weeklies. I post a lot of videos and classrooms. So it's basically sometimes with one tangle, at times it is with 2 or 3 tangles. So you learn so many different designs and so many new things in the YouTube sessions. And you can connect me on Instagram as well. So at Instagram, I share all my personal work, my workshop, the preparation before the workshops. I conduct both beginners and advanced classes. So if you're interested in learning more about Zentangle, in-depth understanding about the philosophies, about all the things that I have learned in past 5 years, please do join me in the beginners as well as advanced classes. And you can even subscribe to my monthly newsletters. If you go to tangleinspire.com, you'll find the newsletters. So you can just subscribe for that. I haven't started yet. I'm just pulling in. I need to take up a bit more time to sit with it, but I'll be starting soon. So from there, you will get all the discount codes and any sale that is happening, whether it be artwork or maybe it is art supplies. So you can definitely get it from my website. So with this, let us start with today's session. I just reduced the volume so that you can hear me very clearly and the background is slow. So I've been preparing for this lesson. It's beautiful. Tangle Elance is amazing, and when you put it into the Heart series, I was so happy. You can see my artwork. I'll be posting it on Instagram and on the Facebook group. So you can definitely see what I did. Let us start with today's this session. How I go about. You can follow along. I'm sorry, I just didn't say this is micro Nuban pen. This is pencil, a 2B, And this is a tortillon. If you do not have tortillon, you can use a Q-tip as well. It's just that the feel or probably the shading won't come so well. So it's a bit, it's not as crisp as a tortillon. So for today's, we'll be starting with a small square shape in the center, or you can even keep it a bit off center. It's up to you. I'm just like thinking this might be the space I want. Just keep your pencil lines as light as possible, so only you can see it. Hi Linda, thank you for joining. Good evening. It's a good morning here in India. I know for some of you it might be quite late the night, but thank you so much. Okay. So now what I do is I'll just go along with this line with my pencil itself and just create that heart shape. But we're going to do only a half part. Okay. So I want you to go quite extend to your left and then curve it. Okay. You can watch me again. Okay. You can see how slow I go about. Okay. And thereafter, I just join this on the top of the second one. Here again. Just relax yourself. Okay, now I take my micron pen. So what I do is, if you see, this is my left corner and this is my right corner. So I'll start a line slightly curved from the outside of this pencil line. Okay. So the first stroke goes like this. Okay. And now I'll bring all my lines from the outside to the same point. I'll turn my dial to an ease. Once again. And finally, the last one is here. Okay. Once again, this is my left side and this is my right side. So I start the first stroke from the outside to this point. So once the first stroke is done, it's very easy to do it again and again. Hi Priya, thank you for joining. We just started the series. Okay. I don't really see the lines with or anything. Just keep going according to the my own ease. So you don't have to be like too perfect. Not thinking about any equidistance or anything. If you're used to with the habit of very quick lines, I would really um, insist that you go as slow as possible so you enjoy the Zen experience. In Zentangle, the process of art itself is Zen than the result. We don't focus on the result part as much. So once again I start. So now for the next stroke to happen, what I do is you just follow me. I'll create an inverted arch like shape. Okay. So from this end of the pencil line to the other end. It need not be always the perfect. Just see how you want to go about. Just one stroke at a time. So here, when I come to the center, I'll take an arch and bring it to the center. Okay. And once again, I go about this side. Again, we do it. Just repeatedly. Slight curve. So you're seeing that I'm not really doing this part of it. I'm leaving this, the first stroke part of it. It's just simply start with the second one. till the end. Once again, just keep connecting the ends. So now what I do is I'll cap these, go along with the same pencil line. Sometimes I may trace, or sometimes I'll just find a way to cap this. So you see a seed-like shape. Zentangle is a very slow process. It takes a bit time to complete the art. So please do not hurry. Relax yourself. Enjoy the ink coming out on the paper. We use Zentiles because it has that certain tooth to the paper which holds the pen nibs very nicely, so it doesn't glide too much. We do not want too much texture or too much tooth on the paper, or else it may hurt the pens. A slight one really makes the difference. So now what I do is I'll just join the last end to this bit. Okay, so here I join it once again from this end. I'll join it. Just go about a bit slowly. So now I'll join this arch, okay, over here. So you can trace it along with that pencil line, or you can just do it as freely as possible. You can already see the shape of a butterfly wing. It is also quite like a heart. So I have this gap. I'm just trying to close this. So now what I do is we'll create some lines over here, some auras. Auras are nothing but we are reflecting the same line again. Okay, so we have a stroke here. So I'm just going along parallelly to this one. Okay, now I turn my tile to my comfort zone. And then I do the same thing on the other side as well. Can you see? So let me do it over here. So just take the stroke towards you. Again, follow the same stroke of aura. And again, repeatedly come back. So we're going to do in all the four corners or the starting point of that petal shape. So if you have this larger space like mine, you can go about the same rhythm again. But if you have made this space smaller, so you don't have to follow this step of it. Okay, I want that little bit of space in the center. Okay. So the same way I start with my left side and then I do my right. You can go with the lines as close as possible. Okay. So we're gonna do that the same thing, just repeated lines over these petal sides also. So my first stroke will be on my left, and then we have this middle one, you see. So I'll go about this aura and finally go my right side. Let us do that again. First towards my left line, I intersect it into this joint, and then aura this one, and then again I meet it. Just to enjoy the space, this calmness. This kind of line drawing may ask you a certain kind of discipline or patience. Just go along with that. Listen to that voice. It says, patient, patient, be calm, be calm. Here I would like to share a little experience of mine with how Zentangle helped me. So yesterday I shared how I started with my Zentangle. So Zentangle actually helped me with a lot of things, but one of the most profound experience that happened to me was increasing my concentration. So when Zentangle came into my life, I dived into that. Before that experience, I would like to just tell what I was doing. So I was a 6 year old. I was a mom to my 6 year old kid. I lived in a city where my relatives, my in-laws, my like everybody were there. So I was like constantly jumping from one work to the other. Either I'll have guests coming at home or like just it's all like prompt things. And oftentimes my granny, my mother, my in-laws, they'll all stay with me for a very long time. And I enjoyed hosting time with them, of course. But then what happened is I was not taking care of myself. So as soon as one chore gets over, I'll just jump into the other one and then the other one. Hi Neha, thank you for joining. So this actually really started hurting me without my knowledge. Um, I had almost stopped reading books because I couldn't concentrate. I mean, I could not even find time to read at least a page of it. Probably glancing over a magazine or a newspaper was enough. I could not even remember the movies I watched along with the family. Was not able to remember my childhood stories. So there was a lack of concentration, and at the age of 32, going through this was quite strange for me. I wasn't a person like that. I love to take my life slow. Then there was something lacking. Like I did meditation, I took up yoga, but I couldn't stick with anything for too long. So I even like took up a lot of exercises. I learned badminton, gone for classes and all. So it was all fun. But still, my concentration level was not increasing. And I found it very hard to relax, to sleep in the night. So when I heard about Zentangle and increasing concentration, I was like laughing because generally, when we talk about concentration, especially in India, we say that it pertains to kids. Kids need concentration because they want to study or they want to excel in something and all that. So, why would an elder need it? But in my experience, it's not just me. I think most of the housewives and women who are working out, they have this tendency of jumping from one to the other without trying to slow down. And I mean, nobody admits it. We say self care, we say talking less, or reading book, or socializing. But we don't really stress upon that how concentration is needed, that alertness is needed for even women or men in a daily life, just to enjoy life, you know, to have that full experience of life. So Zentangle helped me immensely. Like within some experiences or few days of Zentangle, I could see that I was able to read a blog. I started reading a book. I could complete a small short story books. I started with short ones, so which was good. And I was able to hold to my anxieties, because if anybody, like people come in and guests and all, so we often tend to feel tensed, what we are doing, what we are wearing, how we are behaving, how we are talking to them, if they are happy, if they feel good. So in all these little bit of anxieties, that was actually hurting me probably. So it all slowed down. I could really manage that very well. And Zentangle really helped me to have that whole experience. I could easily remember my childhood experiences, all that happened in the teens, my friends. I could nail into that emotion or that feeling, and it drastically changed the way I perceived life. And I always wanted something like that to help me, but not knowing that I needed help was the strangest thing. I think oftentimes we do that. We neglect ourselves, and that's the reason we don't know that here, oh, this is the arena of life, we need help. And we can ask for help. At times, we can help ourselves. Today, it's the same concentration that is helping me to build up my own website and email, write notes, blog, create art, have fun with kid, play time, watch movies, singing, walking. I think everything needs concentration. Everything, not just Zentangle. In Hindi, we call it as Ekagrata. So if you are anywhere experiencing that kind of noise inside you, I really suggest you to take up this art as a daily habit, taking up for at least 10 minutes or 15 minutes a day initially, and then slowly increasing the time to 1 to 2 hours. It would help you greatly. Hi, Shashikla ji. Thank you for joining in. So, how's it coming, guys? Is it going good? You can just type a yes or a Y. of you will do a replay of this session. So that's okay. Thank you for that too. So now what I do is I'll just create some orbs on the first stroke of it, okay, where we have this seed-like shape. Yes, Pallavi. Thank you. Okay. So the first orb goes like this. I'll start right from this line top and then move it back to the same place. Thank you, Meryl. And again, I do the same thing. Just go along with that size, just slowly. And then in the gaps, I'll just fill it with the ink. You can see how slowly I do Zentangle, even if it takes me the whole day. I try to keep it as slow as possible. Sure, Linda, I understand that. We are all in a different time zone, so it's not easy or it's not possible to be creative at odd hours. But still, I really thank you for joining in and watching along with it. You love the preview. That's nice. We often do it for our movies, right? We try to see what is going on, what's going to happen. So now, at this end, I'll try to create lines and a bit of dots. And then a bit of line and again some dots. And then towards the end, a line. So just go along with that. You can curve the line with that shape. Nobody's judging you. Your lines, if they don't come all right, it's okay. Don't judge yourself as well. We are all in different pace. And I think we need to respect that. You can see that I'm almost mindful of the strokes that I'm doing. It's not like I just do randomly. I know that I'm putting these dots, these lines. You can ask me any question if you have, or if you are drawing along with me, that's also fine. So now what we do is we create hearts on this corner. Can make it large or small, like this. Okay. Just to the centerish. If you feel like, you can overlap it as well. And then I would like to add either line or completely darken the space. And here, just go about auraing this. and then create small orbs just going in different directions. It is like those 4 hearts just holding those small eggs. Now what I would like to do is I want to create this kind of dots, or you can say a bullet like thing on the ends. I don't enjoy a pointy end, so that's something that uh, I don't enjoy in Zentangle. So let me just round this off. So it's time to shade. So for shading purpose, I would like to use a sharp pencil, and let us start at this end. Okay, so I'm just putting that little bit of pencil shade onto the one side of the orbs. Just don't be harsh. Don't want lines of that coming out of the pencil. You just want the graphite of it. Thank you for sending these hearts. I really love to see that. Now, now I'll just put a bit of shading into these corners. Okay, I think here, yes. You can see that I'm just leaving a bit of aura. Just a slight difference in the amount of shade and just pops out. Thank you, Ataya, for joining. Let me put pencil in all the places and then we'll use the dotted line. So I'll put the shading in this middle ground where the lines are meeting, just slightly. I'm not touching the three auras, just the center part. Now let us pull that graphite out slightly a bit with the dotted line. Just keep your hands gentle and smooth. Allow that dotted line to do that magic. So once I have done the center, I'm going to slowly rotate my dotted line and then bring that graphite to smoothen it in the object. Then I just smoothen this part of it. This totally transforms the whole tangle. Just relax. Just in the ends, I want to put some pencil lines, just one-sided. Okay. So this gives that a bit of depth that I'm waiting to see that. Thank you, Pallavi. I would love to see your artwork though. So now we'll slightly shade on one side of the heart. Okay, just a bit of shading on just one side. And just taking the same stroke of graphite, I'm going to the other side. So I already have a little bit of graphite on the tortillon. I'm just using it towards the other side. Now, in the end, just want to put some graphite over to the center. Now, whatever graphite is there, with that, I just want to go along with these dots, just to create that little bit of interest. You don't have to add that pencil. So, let us end this session. Okay, do the Tangle Elance. I hope you enjoyed this class. HeartiZen J2. Thank you for joining for this session, and I hope to see your artwork in the Tangle and Inspire Club on FB. And see you tomorrow.